Today, we have a special guest. Angela Gegg is the founder of AG Assets, Real Estate, and AG Media in Dubai. With more than a decade in the UAE property market, she operates at the intersection of commercial real estate, media, and personal branding, building a boutique agency while actively shaping conversations around Dubai's evolving property landscape. Welcome to Unboxed Talks, a podcast by Unbox and Morph, where we sit down with operators, entrepreneurs, and creators who are shaping the region. Real conversations, real journeys, no fluff, no scripts. This is Unboxed Talks. Angela, thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure to host you at Unboxed Talks.
Thank you so much. And what an introduction. I really appreciate it, Carl. Thank you.
I know it's busy times and you had to make lots of changes to be here with us. We're happy to have you with us and thank you again. Let's start a bit with the journey at first. Your career touches real estate, media, public speaking. How did that path unfold and what originally brought you into the Dubai property market?
Ooh, this is an interesting one because obviously I started doing real estate as a career here in the UAE 15 years ago, but I've been involved in the media my whole life. I've been on stage and I've been a media personality. I've worked for, in my home country, Channel 5, Channel 7. I've always been a live talk show host. But however, that being said, I actually bought my first house. I was very interested and invested in real estate in my 20s. So around the same time that I published my first book, I bought my first house. So I've always been drawn to real estate. I've always been pro real estate, for real estate, interested in real estate. So it just fits that they went hand in hand when I moved here, if that makes sense.
It does make sense. And currently, let's go back a little bit towards the beginning of AG Assets. It was launched during the pandemic, a moment that most industries were slowing down. What pushed you to take that leap and build something at that time?
Yes, very interesting one because I'd always been a real estate broker. So in my career, I've only worked for 2 companies in 15 years. I'm not like a rotating broker like a lot of them here. And at that time, the pandemic hit and it was just such a state of uncertainty for all of us living here. But something in me pushed me to say, you know what? I need to be solid. I need to have a foundation. And the only way to build a foundation is to get through tough times. And I opened my company. I opened my first company. I was just like, let's do it. If I am ever going to do it, the time is now. If I cannot do it now, I can never succeed in life. So I have a very different mindset where I often try to do better in harder times.
And talking about harder times, 16 years later, today we're hit with a new change in the world, especially in the region. There's a lot of conflict around us. Markets are changing and evolving. Let's tap into the Dubai market, which is your specialty. What's happening in the real estate today?
Well, it's too soon to tell long-term what will happen. But obviously, we do see some panic selling. People are dropping prices. But we also have that investor appetite. People know, just like over the COVID times, this is the time to buy. So I'll tell you a case in point, an example. I put on my WhatsApp status, any investors want to offload properties, distress or at a low rate, give me a call. I got buyers. I didn't have a single person offer me a property. But I had 20 different people say, I'm interested to buy, I'm interested to buy, I'm interested to buy.
Okay. So investors are lined up.
Yes.
And the sellers are just holding.
Some of them we do have a 1% of people who are coming down on price. I'm following the data and whatnot. I personally don't have too many investors. I have investors selling at OP, nothing below. I think some of my real estate agents, they have a few, but not in the extent that like over COVID, what happened. It's nowhere near that. Plus, let's be real, our country is not locked down. We're not shut down. We're here, I'm here, you're here.
Everyone is active, business is as usual. But let's talk more about the Dubai market per se. What really attracts investors?
Everything. There's no better place in the world to live in Dubai. Even now with what's happening, I feel safer here than anywhere else in the world. That's number one. I believe a lot of people feel that way as well. Number two, zero tax on residential property. We have 5% on commercial, but zero tax. You have such a different lifestyle. You're not giving half your money away to the government. And also, the 100% ownership. So even in the UK, if you buy a property, it's what a lot of times it's a leasehold, it's a 99-year. Your title deeds, my properties here in the UAE are mine for life. They be passed down to my kids, my kids' kids, my kids' kids after that. 100% ownership. And that's a lot of things that in the West people don't really get.
But you do have both deeds, right? Before it used to be a freehold, and then
No, there's some areas. So
okay.
let's not,
So it's by location.
it's location based. So the GCC, for example, have their areas, which would be like Jumeirah's GCC purchasing only, Barsha. There are certain areas that are GCC.
So everyone investing should actually ask if this is a GCC area or not.
Right. Or like certain areas, let's say Dubai Silicon Oasis did have some sort of a leasehold with some of their commercial offices. I personally wouldn't advise my investors to buy that. We buy freehold. Majority of what I saw, I think I've only ever sold full-on freehold in my 15-year career.
Okay. And talking about investors in general, especially people that are outside the country, what are they often misunderstanding when it comes to Dubai real estate market?
Well, if they haven't done their due diligence, I don't think they understand anything. You mean like a common misconception?
Yeah. Are you facing something common?
No, I can't say that I do.
Okay. And talking about commercial real estate per se, much of your work focuses on that. What makes commercial deals different from residential ones?
So the ROI on commercial is usually much higher. There's also limited availability in the commercial market. Also, there are businesses every day opening up. You need an office, you need a place to work. You cannot have a life without one. Commercial real estate is very, very different. It's very niche. A lease, for example, let's say if you're renting an apartment in Dubai, you do a 1-year Ijari. I've done a 25-year Ijari, 25-year lease. So I don't, if my clients are also doing their fit out, they're getting a shell and core space and fitting it out. So this studio that we're in would have been leased core and shell. This would have been built ground up. It's very different than renting an apartment, which is handed over in a different condition. There's so many different variables about it. Commercial is oftentimes more complex. There's a lot more to it, but I love it.
But as a workplace trend, everything was moving towards work from home, working remotely. No one is really having that old school come to the office every day, 8 to 5 anymore. It was changing a bit.
In COVID.
During COVID and after it, everything is more flexible nowadays. Do you see that trend going back into office more and more? This is why like everyone wants an office? Or because there's a high demand on new companies being established in the UAE?
So the thing of it is work from home is one thing, but what about your sanity when you're working from home? People do need an office environment. There's only so much you can do and achieve from your home. Yeah. And I think when they tried to enforce that, they found out pretty quickly it was bad for morale, for, psychologically it had an impact on people. You need an office environment. You just do to thrive as a community and as a society.
And so from what I understand is you're always preferring to do commercial real estate rather than residential.
No, I do both, but I'm an expert in commercial. I studied commercial real estate. I'm legitimately, I went to Cornell. I studied commercial real estate. I did 2-year, I did 8 courses on commercial. So I'm very well known for it. It's my expertise, right? So it's a bit different. For me, I love commercial real estate. If I can give you a little story, I'll tell you how it came about.
Tell us.
So when I moved here way back when, I was obviously a celebrity in my home country because I did TV. And I mean, I came here and I met my mentor at the time, the first company that I worked for, and I wanted to do Burj Khalifa. It was like, I was so fascinated. Wow, the tallest building in the world. It's iconic. It's fabulous. I'm fabulous. Let's do it. And it's true. He looked at me and he said, Angela, you shouldn't do residential. You need to do commercial. I'm like, why? He's like, very few people do it. It's a niche. It's above the rest. You're very stuck up. Like, okay, I can be sometimes a little when I'm ready, I mean, I can be bougie. That's the word, when I'm ready. And he was like, you need to do something different that no one else is doing. Plus, your brain works very differently. This is something you should do. So I started looking into it and I got into it. And that's when I took on I enrolled in Cornell here in the UAE. So it was from my first mentor who pretty much told me I should do it. He was right. And I fell in love with it. That made sense. But I do both.
Love it. Thank you for sharing the story. So, alongside the brokerage, you also built AG Media, and you host business-focused content on it. What role does media play in your overall vision?
Well, it plays a huge role because now influencer marketing, influencer movement is where it's at. And so in the beginning, I was totally against combining the two. I was always against posting real estate content as an influencer on my personal Angela Gegg channel. I was doing it for other people, and I get obviously I'm a licensed media company. I have a licensed ad permit from the Dubai Media Council. I'm full on full licensing in place, so I can charge for my services. I'm also an operational business. So I was like, one point I was like, why am I paying? Why am I charging? Why am I promoting everybody but myself? So I quickly I learned, I'm like, well, I need to combine the two. So influencer marketing plays a huge role. And in fact, I sold a penthouse recently, a triplex penthouse. Um, right at-
Because of a video
because of
that you
my
made?
video that I did. I
Wow.
posted at the triplex at
I
the
know which
penthouse.
video you're
Correct,
referring to.
right?
Yeah, I
You saw
watched
it.
it. Yeah,
I was
saw
in
it.
jeans and I was doing the robot. It was
Yeah,
very
yeah.
cute. So I'm not gonna lie.
It was funny
Yeah.
and hooking, and
Yeah.
we watched the entire video basically
A week
because of you.
Oh, thank you. A week later, I signed Form F. So for those of you watching that don't know, Form F is a legal and binding MOU here in the UAE. A week later, after that video.
Wow, I love it. Talking about personal brand and entrepreneurship and media at the same time, because you blend all of those perfectly. How's that important nowadays for all the entrepreneurs and specifically the real estate professionals?
I think personal branding is important, but you need to make sure that you're honest about your brand because there's so much nonsense out there. People with their absolute ridiculous videos and lies. I mean, so for me, from a personal brand perspective, you need to keep it real, be authentic, be true to your values, to your beliefs, and please let's not fake it because there's so much of it out there.
So what we see online is the true, authentic Angela.
Oh yes, without fail.
You're like that 24/7.
I've been like that since I came out the womb, 24/7. And in fact, you know me on a personal level, so you know I'm like this 24/7.
100%. Business often changes how we look at trust and relationships, Angela. What lessons have shaped the way you approach partnerships and people today?
I've been burnt so many times, and then a big part of me sometimes says, step back and stop being kind and stop being you and don't give too much. But at the end of the day, that's who I am and that's my nature. So if somebody betrays me or breaks my trust, it's their loss, not mine. I can't change who I am.
You just move on.
Yeah.
Easy. Okay.
It's not easy. It's taken a lot of time for me to.
It's easier said than done. I know that. But I don't know how you do it to move on, but it sounded easy to you to just close that chapter and move on.
No, it took years of this. It took years of me working on myself and being able to manifest peace within to not be concerned with others because, of course, used to bother me a lot. But now, haliwali, man. I mean, it's not my loss at the end of the day because I know what I have to give.
Talking about working on yourself, I know that you have a lot of habits and discipline like fasting, etc. Tell us a bit about how that routine changed you as an entrepreneur and business person as well, and what do you do?
Okay, so actually, the one thing that people don't know, I don't fast, has nothing to do with weight. It has to do with my lungs. So I cut out the carbs and I fast for lung capacity. And in order, because I have asthma. So sometimes I tend, that's why I'm not a smoker. I don't hang around people who smoke. I'm very, here also the dust particles, there's a lot of issues. And for years I struggled. And at one point about 2 years ago after I had pneumonia and I was in hospital and my doctor, he's the greatest. He's the greatest.
Thank you, doctor.
Yes, Dr. Mohammed Fawazi. I shout him out sometimes on the IG. Al Zahara Hospital, they were great with me as well. He told me, Angela, you need to change your lifestyle completely. I used to eat so many carbohydrates and I had no idea that they affected your lungs. I didn't know. I was completely unaware, right? So I think maybe not every person, but with me particularly, there was something there that created I don't know if it's a glucose or what it is, but the minute I cut it out, I can breathe. For years, I couldn't breathe like a normal person. I hid it from public eye a lot. I
And
hid
it
it.
became a trend at the same time, fasting and intermittent and all of that.
Yeah, well, I don't do. I
So
don't.
you started it way
So
before that.
yeah, well, I don't do intermittent. So I have a yogurt in the morning. I drink juice. I drink coffee. I drink water. I don't fast like where I completely. I just don't eat any carbs, and then at night I eat protein.
So it's a diet and lifestyle,
Yes,
basically.
of course. And then I love my Pilates and my cardio and my cold ice. I ice my face every morning, and I'm really into cold plunges. People know I'm all about the cold plunge.
And do that help you in any shape or form in your professional performance?
Absolutely. It's up here. You're more like what you eat is who you are. Like, and if you're filling your body with nonsense, it's gonna affect your mental performance and your mental capacity. Also, ice baths are actually right now with this situation with what's happening. There's a lot of tension and stress. We all feel it with the situation in the Middle East. Take an ice
How
bath.
are you coping?
Oh, every day is different. Every,
Taking it by the day?
yeah, every day is
Okay.
different. I
And
have my dogs and I'm gardening right now. So in fact, you can see my hands are pretty messed up. This weekend I went to garden center and I just started saying I need to give myself an activity to keep busy. Because before I like to cook when I'm stressed, cooking's not cutting it. And plus it's gonna make me gain weight. So I've gotten into gardening. So I'm like, I'll show it to you when we're done. It's
yeah, I
fabulous.
want to see that.
Mm.
You reminded me about COVID a bit. When
Yeah.
you started picking up on those activities,
Mm-hmm.
baking, gardening, and I don't know,
Yes.
crafts and DIY.
Yes, crafts. Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's talk a bit about the future. Dubai keeps evolving as a global hub. Obviously, that will not change in the near future. We might be taking a little pause or whatever, a correction maybe. What excites you most about where the city is and its real estate market vision or direction? Like, how do you see the future of Dubai?
The comeback is always 10 times better than the fallback. So obviously we have nowhere to go but up. We have great leadership. Our government has proved to us time and time again, and this time particularly with the way that they've been, absolutely protecting us as citizens here and as residents, and the love and the loyalty that we get from them. They in themselves, all of our leaders, I don't think will stop. They know that this is the best place on earth, and we're gonna build back stronger.
And at AG Assets and AG Media as well, are you doubling down or are you waiting and see what's next for it?
No, there's no stopping us. Work will continue. We might take a bit of the next 4 months, 6 months might be a bit difficult recovery, but it's a slow climb back up. But the problem is we're so spoiled here. We're so used to everything being so fast paced. This will give us a reset.
I love how you're seeing it from another perspective. Okay.
Hmm.
Now we're moving on to the 10 fire questions. Are you ready?
I was born ready. Ride or die, Carl.
Let's do it.
Oh,
One word to describe Dubai real estate today.
fantastic.
Best advice you ever received.
Be calm.
A mistake many entrepreneurs make early.
Speak without thinking.
A habit every founder should build.
Habit every founder. Patience.
A place in Dubai where you reset.
Oh, that would be the J Club. Jumeirah Hotels. They know I'm like their biggest fan.
One trait of great brokers.
Honesty, loyalty, devotion. More than one trait. There's not just one.
Something people misunderstand about you.
Oh, they misunderstand everything about me. I'm judged often online because they don't. This is the rapid fires.
A book, podcast, or resource you recommend.
Unboxed Talks.
A deal or moment you are proud of.
Sold a building.
One word that defines the future.
Amazing.
Now, wrapping up this episode, it was a pleasure to host you again with us. We have at every episode, before we close, we would love to understand how the community at Unbox can help you. So, whatever support do you need right now, just you have the camera and ask them whatever you want.
Oh, guys, that would really mean a lot to me and my team. Just Prayer always is very important. I know that sounds cheesy, but I'm a big faith believer. So pray for us all, for not just my agency, but for everybody. We as business owners, we have a lot to deal with in the next few months, and we will persevere. Support your agents, your local businesses. I know this is supposed to be about me, but just in general, I'm a Dubai girl, so this is my home. I want you to support more than me, but support us all. And I would love the Western media to stop propagandering what's happening and promoting nonsense. So my own friends can buy properties from me. You guys can still hire me to do things, but support us all. Support Dubai.
I love the message. Let's all support each others. It's a great time to be unified at the fronts, fight for our lovely city and beautiful country. And thank you again for being here, Angela. It's a pleasure. Uh, you're always welcomed on the show.
Pleasure's mine, Carl. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.